Hello everybody, I'm Yossi Jumbo, and I'm going to jump for no reason. So, in this episode, we're going to... welcome back to Let's Play Metroid Prime 2. That's the thing I'm supposed to say. I got my opening message confused. So, in this episode, we are going to be heading on to the next big area of the game, the Torvis Bog, and is a really cool area. Like, all the areas in this game. The Aegon Waste is fine, but the areas do proceed to get cooler and cooler as the game progresses. So, that is a way I cannot go, so I'm not going to bother. But we're going to have to backtrack to this area not too far into the future. Hello. I don't understand why those things are coming from the bog. It's just like, we're coming back from vacation from the heat. So now we're heading back to the heat. And, here, super missile door. Super missile blast may damage it. And it's like, oh, where are you going to get super missiles? Just go in the dark world and... oh yeah, so in this episode, this, trek to Torvis Bog, the very first trek towards Torvis Bog is kind of boring in my opinion. It's like, I heavily remember it for some reason. I don't understand why this is one of the parts of the game I remember less fondly of. But don't ask why. My brain works in very mysterious ways. So like a lot of time has passed, and a lot of games have come out, and I think so. I have as of the time I have moved back into my folks' house, and I have played through Hollow Knight. That is like the first video game I have played through in a very long time, all the way, and that game is one of my new favorites. It is fantastic. I absolutely adored that game. It's my favorite game I have played this year so far. That I have played all year. Like but no, there's games I've played that. It is my favorite game I've played this year all around. Like, my favorite game that came out this year, probably The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, the remake. That remake is super good. Okay, so this is a simple puzzle that always annoyed the fuck out of me when I was younger. I have no idea why, but because it's a very easy puzzle. It's just like, you don't want to. But yeah, just follow that puzzle and it's super easy. I don't understand why. I'm just like, this puzzle really puzzled me when I was younger, but no, in hindsight, the puzzles in this game are very, very easy. It's probably because I played this game when I was like 9 years old and I was way dumber than I am now. But in all seriousness, I am still really, really, really stupid. And yeah, this is the part of the trek back to Torvis Bog I remember the most. It is a shooting section. You cannot move, so it's basically just one of those run and gun sections like House of the Dead or one of those Jurassic Park games or that you see at movie theaters or CiCi's Pizza. I say that because the CiCi's Pizza in where I live has one of those. Has one of those things. So yeah, it's basically House of the Metroid for like 20 seconds. Yeah. And guess what? That is the only time that happens in the game. So I don't understand why they bother putting emphasis on that, but it also makes me wonder, how would you like do you just have a dead game if you fall off the platform? Oh, hi. Bunch of space pirate activity over here. Oh yeah, there's a super missile door. And I should probably refill on... Wait, oh, what's that? Aha! It's a lore code. I think that's what it's called, so... I gotta tell you, you can get dog sick of the space pirate theme in this game. Like, I think 3 is the game that will make you absolutely sick of the space pirate theme, because 3, the space pirates were here now and again in the first game, they're a bit more common. In the second game, but in the third game, they're just absolutely everywhere, in every single corner. Okay, wait. Wait, did I scan you? No, I didn't. He just blows up. Alright. Get some ammo. Dang it, I don't remember what I was saying. In the third game, they're just fucking everywhere. So yeah, just gonna warn you, you will get sick of the space pirates eventually in Metroid Prime 3. Mostly Metroid Prime 3 because they're like the most common. I mean, for story reasons, I mean, it makes sense for story reasons, but it's also like the only Metroid game that has a legit story with actual voice acting. I could say Metroid Other M, but we don't talk about that. I mean, I am one of the few people on the planet that does not hate that game. I like the game just fine. My biggest problem with the game is the crappy music, and it's just the music is so bad. Like, except, like, I'm like, it's composed fine. The composition of the music in Other M is good. It's just so unmemorable because it's like the only Metroid game that has orchestrated music, and so because of like how weird and alien sounding that a lot of the soundtracks in the Prime trilogy, for example, because they're a prime example. I'll go ahead and walk myself out. Wait, what are these things called? Torva's Bearer Pod. I always thought they were called Torva's Beard Pods. I'm just like, what part of that is supposed to be a beard? Like, I remember talking about the Beatles in Metroid Prime 1 thinking they were called Beaties. I have no idea. Alright, alright, so we got it. So it's a pretty cool area in Torvus Bog. I think this is my favorite area in the game when I was younger. Is that true? Still? Maybe. I guess we'll see. If I have a favorite area in this game, it is not Aegon Wastes. But I really like the design of this area. The aesthetics are nice. And plus, I really, really like the music of this area. It's so good. I mean, I've said it before. I think that this game has the best soundtrack of the trilogy. That's just like my opinion. Like, yeah, well, that's just your opinion, man. All right, so there we go. All right, so we can go ahead and come in here for a save point, and like, what was I talking about? I completely forgot. But yeah, I think that this game has the best soundtrack of the Metroid Prime trilogy. But they're like, well, that's just your opinion, man. The weakest soundtrack is probably the third one. By just a little bit. The third game's soundtrack is fantastic. Also, look at these things. These things are absolute. If I could... No, where are you going? Where are you going? Come on. Oh. Oh, no, look. It's the Tangle Weeds. Venom Weed. Alright. Like, it is extremely hard to see, but... Yeah, this is the water level of the game. Like, see, look at these things. They're absolutely adorable. I can't be bothered to kill them. Alright, and, I am admittedly half tempted to do a top 10 worst Metroid bosses. I absolutely will do that. Like, yeah, I said before, I'm just like a heartless little bitch. I said before I couldn't bring myself to kill those things, but I absolutely brought myself to kill those things. Sorry, not sorry. Wait, look at those. There's a little angelfish just phasing through walls. They're ghost fish. There's actual real life ghost fish, and they can't phase through walls. Alright, so there's the grapple beam, but we don't get the grapple beam at least for a little while longer. Oh, so wait, what time is it? Oh wait, How long have I been playing? Okay, so here's a really fun bit of trivia, and it's one of the reasons why, when I was younger, I thought that this was my favorite game in the series. So fun fact: when I was in middle school in my 5th grade, I had this science teacher who was by far my favorite teacher that I've ever had in my entire life. He was our science teacher for 5th grade, and randomly, I was like, "Hey, hey, Mr. Science Teacher guy, we should totally do a project where we all just create our own aliens." And yeah, that was entirely my idea. That was my idea that we go ahead and do a project where we create our own aliens. And I remember there was this one girl in particular who made a space couple. Wait. So wait a minute, hang on. Oh no, wait, never mind. I'm thinking of something completely different. She was like, "Oh, Space Mom and Space Dad," or something like that. I quote made up some aliens, and I ended up getting an A. I remember that. I remember getting like a passing grade for that project, even though it was my idea. And guess what? My aliens were. It is so douchey that I'm thinking of this, but like my aliens were creatures I made up that I basically just took from this game and passed them on as my own. I'm like, so hashtag thank you Nintendo. I'm sorry, I'm a thief that I stole your creations and passed them on as my own. And it's like, hey, I was in middle school. I'm like, nope. I lived in a Christian home. In a Christian town. Like nobody plays video games where I live. It's just me and my best friend. Only my best friend would have known about that. So I'm like, hashtag genius, hashtag original work, hashtag don't sue me, hashtag please don't kill me, hashtag I love you Nintendo, hashtag where's Metroid Prime 4. Alright, so I'm done with that. And like these things are basically the Sheegoths of Metroid Prime 2, but I'd say they are significant. These things are some of the coolest monsters in the game. I really like these monsters. They're basically just they're like water Sheegoths from and like yeah, that's just a way to they're kind of hellhoundish. But yeah, they're basically just Sheegoths. That's all they are. They're Sheegoths. Just water Sheegoths, and they're way more aggressive than Sheegoths. Actual Sheegoths. Like, how many times am I going to say Sheegoth? Don't take a shot every time I say the word Sheegoth. That's another one. And so, the reason I brought that up is because... Oh, the reason I brought up that science project thingy is because of the Shriekers, those plant creatures. Those were one of my alien creatures I made up. I had several... I cannot remember what all the creatures were. I don't think Metroid was one of them. I know Shrieker was one of them. I think the boss fight, the major boss fight of this world, I remember I just picked some and chose them at random, like just at random. Again, I cannot remember what they were, but I just remember Shrieker. I think one of them was the boss fight of the temple of this level. And I'm just like, it's like, oh yeah, so if they were stupid, if they were just dumb kiddies, then, and especially teachers who have no idea what a Metroid is, then of course you would win first prize. Since Nintendo basically did the work for me. But yeah, I have nothing else to add to that. I just think it's a really amusing story. Okay, is there anything else I can scan here? Yeah, I got that one. So, I can't really do anything. There's also a yellow door, but that's for power bombs. We can't do power bombs. I also forget, were there any doors in Metroid Prime 1 that required power bombs to open? I don't think so. There's debris. And, this is... Oh my god, I fucking hate these things. These are the Dark Pirate Commandos. These are the most annoying sons of bitches in Metroid history. And like, you want to know why they're so goddamn annoying? Is because early game you can't really do anything to them. You can fight them, but really there's no. But truth be told, there's no point. You can go ahead. You can set fire to them, and the flames on them will. I don't know. Wait. And the thing is, they trap you here. You cannot do anything to these things until you get a visor later on. But it's a ways away before you can get that visor. They're like, see what I mean? They are. Oh, man, I hate the. You sack of shit. Like, they will just appear and disappear at random. It's like they are by far the most annoying enemies in the entire game. I hate the Dark Pirate Commandos. Because sometimes they'll just appear, and when they appear, they will lock you out of the arena. So you're basically just forced to wait it out. So you cannot hurt them whatsoever. Sporb. Was that one of them? And pretty interesting. That'd be pretty cool if they used interesting angles like that more often. But yeah, those things are kind of pests. But just as long as you know how to avoid them like I do, since I've played through these games so many times, I'm practically a pro at this. Okay, so can I blow you up? Denzium, power. In other words, power bomb. Just say power bomb. Like, don't use Metroid science. All right. Yeah, hello, my favorite creation that I took from Nintendo. Alright. Alright, can I blow you up? Do I need Denzium? Yes, of course. Ow. That really hurt. It gives me a concussion. Please make sure I don't fall asleep. No danger of falling apart anytime soon. Oh, really? Can do. It's like, what's this? The erosion has weakened it considerably. So, yeah, you're going to want to take a detour, especially, like, definitely take all this into consideration if you want, because energy tank. Okay. So, go ahead and... Here, wait. Can I go this way? Can't see the door. No, you need super missiles. And, this is kind of where the backtracking of this game kind of rolls its ugly head, and it gets really annoying. Yes, yes, I made you. I am your master. I created you, not Shigeru Miyamoto, or the guy who's the leader of Retro Game Studios. Retro, the people who made the Metroid Prime trilogy. And, I don't really know where I was going to go with that, so I'm not going to bother finishing this set, so who gives a shit? Alright, so go here. What is this? All that. See, like, yeah, yeah, you know, the space pirates don't really have much of a purpose in this game like they used to. Like, in the first... No, you know what, whatever, they're just douchebags who just gonna show up. So thematically, this game is a bit stranger compared to the other Metroid Prime games. Oh wait, is this... No, wait. One of them has a different skin color. That's interesting. But yeah, by the end of the trilogy, you're just gonna be like, you know what, I'm really sick of these space pirates, but I think these have the coolest designs out of any of the space pirates in any other games. Or they're called Zebesians, according to Metroid Other M. Because that game is secretly a masterpiece. No one is going to bother telling me otherwise. Alright, so now we get the super missile. It's a very strange design. Alrighty. Swiggity swag. And have I mentioned I still love the sound effect that that thing gives off? Yeah, I know. I've played this game like a million times before. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the episode here because the episode is over. So, okay, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Excuse me. Take care.